Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Ask Jimmy Smith. Today, I'm excited to be bringing to you a video talking about 11 easy side hustles that you can start today. Now, what I've done is I'm breaking up this video into two different pieces. One is 5 different side hustles that you can start today and start making money from today, potentially, depending on how you set it up and exactly what services you offer, etc. But the second part of this video is going to be different side hustles that you can start today, but will eventually make you a little bit more money, whether it's a few days from now, a week from now, a month from now. But I wanted to give you multiple options because if you're looking for something that you need to make money today, you'll have options on this video. If you're looking for options where you can start today and even make a bunch more money than just a side hustle income, then we're going to be looking at those in the last part of this video. But ultimately, we're going to be talking about 11 different side hustles that you can start today. And I'm excited to get into the first section, which are the ones where you can start making money today. Now, the very first option is to list services or local services on Taskrabbit. Taskrabbit is a website and also an app where you can list specific services that other people can go to the website and hire you for one-off jobs. Maybe it's picking up dry cleaning, maybe it's doing grocery store runs, maybe it's fixing a shelf or hanging a TV, or even IKEA specific jobs, which I think is pretty funny. But ultimately, Taskrabbit is a great place to go. You can put up a listing fairly quickly and you can start making money as soon as that listing goes live. Let me go ahead and bring up their website as well, just to show you some of the services that are good examples for you to try to emulate or follow for your own business. So as you can see on TaskRabbit, there's a whole list of different projects and services that you can provide. It's just simply taskrabbit.com, click on services up here, and you can see that they've got hire a trusted tasker Presto. You can see that there's featured tasks, whether it's delivery, home repairs, cleaning, furniture assembly, moving, lifting, etc. Even winter tasks, depending on where you live in the country or in the world, you can select the winter tasks option if there's different winter tasks in your area. So I just love all of the different options that you've got. It's a very simple and seamless way to start creating an income from different services that you can provide that other people need help with that are odds and ends, but it's a very simple way to start making 50 bucks a day or an extra 100 bucks a day, or maybe on the weekend you do a task here or there. Now, the second option is actually to rent out your car. But if you actually go to Turo.com, which is Turo.com, and I'll show you their website in a minute, you can list your car for rent that other people can rent coming into your city, or if they just need a vehicle for that weekend, they can rent your vehicle through Turo.com. So it's basically like taking away the option for renting a car from the national rental car companies, and you can actually list your car for rent on Turo.com. There may be other sites like this as well. The one I've heard of is Turo, and so that's the one that I recommend. But I know people that have whole businesses on Turo where they have multiple cars, 5-10 car fleets, where they're actually creating a full business out of this whole entire program. And so I love it. Let me go ahead and share my screen for their website. You can see here that the average annual income of one car is $10,516. Turo actually has partnered up with Travelers Insurance. So if somebody were to wreck your car while driving it, you've got some insurance through Travelers. And so that's really nice to have. So you make sure that you're protected legally and financially. But they give all this different information for listing your vehicle. If you have 3 cars, $31,547 is the average. And if you get 9 cars, you can make almost $100,000 based on the average annual income. There's a ton of options. Now, the third option is actually using Airbnb or something similar to rent your home out or to rent out a room in your home. There are plenty of people that might have a home or even an apartment with an extra room in it where you can put that listing up on Airbnb and rent it out. I know many people don't have houses, but if you do have a house, it's much easier to rent out a room. If you have an apartment, you'll probably have to check with your landlord and the lease, or even if you're renting a home, you might have to check with the landlord and the lease there to make sure that they allow this. But this is an excellent option if you're looking to make some extra money as soon as possible from something that you don't have to pay for. You can just list out the room, make sure it's clean, and they can come over and stay in the room, right? So there's a lot of things that you can do to make it a better experience, but ultimately Airbnb is a great side hustle that you can start. Now, the fourth option is actually selling your clothes or any other items around your house. Maybe you have an old collection of colognes or perfumes that you no longer use. And believe it or not, people will buy half-empty bottles of perfumes and colognes, especially if the scent has been discontinued. So you can sell those types of things on eBay. You can sell them on Poshmark or Mercari. And specifically your clothes, Poshmark and Mercari are very good platforms for being able to sell those particular products there. But taking a look at just the items you have around around your house. So you don't have to go out and buy inventory. You can make quite a bit of money from just the stuff you have laying around. Now, the fifth option is actually selling virtual services or freelance services online through Fiverr or Upwork. Now, Fiverr is the one that I would probably gravitate towards just because it's a little bit of a lower value. And so if you don't have as much experience, it's a lot easier to put up a listing and start getting clients through Fiverr. However, Upwork, if you've got a lot of experience, maybe in some sort of software design, something that's higher level, then you can definitely use Upwork to start putting out listings. Fiverr, though, is a very low barrier to entry place to get started. Let me go ahead and bring up the website for Fiverr. It's about finding the perfect freelance services for your business. Popular would be website design, WordPress, logo design, video editing. There's things like voiceover work that you can do if you have a decent enough microphone. You can do quite a bit of stuff. Video explainers, social media, if you want to manage social media accounts for brands. You can do so many things, and they've got it all broken out by different types of services or categories of services. So music and audio, programming and tech, business, lifestyle, trending, etc. If you decide to go this Fiverr route, you'll want to do a little bit of market research to see what other people are selling their services for, and hopefully start getting clients as soon as possible, depending on how in demand this particular service is. Now, after going through those first 5, I'm going to talk right now for these next 6 to finish out this list of 11. I'm going to talk about different side hustles that you can start today, but you're going to be making money a little bit later. So you might not make money as quickly. You could technically on some of these make money very quickly, but the majority of them, I am assuming, will take longer than a day or a week to make money from. And so I wanted to put them in its own separate category. The first one is actually tutoring, dog walking, pet sitting, things like that. Services that actually might be on Taskrabbit, but that you want to sell on your own in a separate website. Maybe you want to create flyers and drop some flyers around a neighborhood, or you want to start cold calling neighborhoods, whatever it might be. If you want to create your own separate business, this is one way to do it. And these are low barrier to entry options. The other option, if you did want to do specifically dog walking or pet sitting, there is actually a website called rover.com. Here is Rover's website. So as you can see, it's very easy to come here and book a walk. If you need someone to walk your dog for you, maybe you get stuck at work and you need someone immediately, or you have someone that comes every day or every other day, depending on what your needs are. But you can create a listing to be a dog walker. You can meet the people, and then you can start scheduling through the app. So this is a very simple one to start as well. If you like dogs, or if you want to pet sit at all, it's perfectly simple to do. Now, the 7th option is actually selling your expertise. And depending on where you're at in life, this may be easier for you than it might be for other people. But ultimately, we all have some sort of expertise. If you're 20 years old and you are just on social media all the time, you could go around to businesses and see if they need help with their social media services. If you're 50 and you have some sort of financial background or a consulting background, you could easily also go to businesses or people and help them directly with the different issues they have based off your expertise. So wherever you are in life, you can take the expertise that you currently have and start turning it into an income and a side hustle, and even potentially a full-time business that you operate. I mean, even if you're 18 years old and you've played baseball your whole entire life, you could start training 12-year-olds how to play baseball, right? You could work with parents to have one-on-one sessions with their kid so that they can get better and level up. You don't need to be the best at something. You just need to be better at something than the person that you're teaching. So if you can go out and sell the services directly to the market that would need those services, then you can start a very good income from that. I personally believe that if you're going to create a business out of it, it may take a little bit longer though to start selling your expertise in that particular area. The 8th option is you could actually start a print on demand products business on Etsy, Shopify, Amazon, and some other sites as well. This is something where you could actually go to a website like printful.com. That's printful.com. You could just set up a simple page with different designs that you create, or maybe a friend of yours creates, or maybe you hire a virtual assistant on Fiverr to create some designs, and you put them on shirts, you put them on mugs, you can put them on just about any type of a product you can think of. And then you can connect that particular site to Etsy, to Shopify, to Amazon, or wherever else. And people won't necessarily know that they're print on demand unless you make it very obvious. So you need to somehow figure out a niche. You need to do a little bit more research. It will take a little bit more time to create the designs and connect everything, but It's a great option if you love that type of a work, or if you're into graphic design, or if you just want to have your own print-on-demand type store that you can grow and nourish and do from home at any time that you want. If you don't need money right away, it's an excellent option to get started with as soon as you decide. The ninth option for easy side hustles that you can start today would be to start a YouTube channel. Now, as somebody that's on YouTube, I'll tell you, I haven't made a ton of money from the ad revenue on YouTube specifically. However, you could start a YouTube channel and have affiliates where you're making money from the affiliates that you promote, or maybe you have a product or a course or a book or something else that you also want to sell on the YouTube channel. You can start making money much quicker within a month or two versus having to wait a year or longer to get monetized for YouTube ad revenue. So starting a YouTube channel can be great. There's even opportunities where if you've got the money, you don't even have to speak or do much on the actual video. You could pay freelancers on Fiverr or other websites to create the YouTube script, to create the YouTube video, to do the editing, the posting. But starting a YouTube channel can bring in income within the month, really, if you are talking about popular topics. And so that is an excellent option depending on your preference and where you're at in your stage in life. Now, the 10th option is actually Kindle Direct Publishing, or writing books on Amazon, if I can put it more simply. I have written a book on Amazon. It's actually called Side Hustle to Full-Time Income, which you can see that right here. It's about selling physical products on Amazon, actually. And so that has been a bestseller on Amazon. It's something that I'm still shocked at how well that it did. But ultimately, you can start writing books where it's about a particular passion project that you have, or maybe you could start writing children's books, or you could write books that don't even have any words, but they're a blank inside book, which is pretty crazy to me that those exist and do very well, depending on the topic and what you're trying to do. You can sell coloring books. You don't even have to write things, but you could utilize the platform of Kindle Direct Publishing, or KDP, to sell those books on Amazon and on some other sites as well. And so they will actually do all the printing for you. They'll list them in their Kindle ebook section. You've got multiple options, and so I highly recommend doing that if you're looking for a way to start writing some books. It's very simple. It does take a little bit of time though, and so it's going to be a kind of a process. You may be able to get a book out in a week or two, but then selling it and getting people to purchase it, it's going to take a little bit more time, but it's a great option. I know people that have whole businesses revolving around KDP and doing a bunch of different books, a bunch of different topics, and they utilize freelancers to write the books, freelancers to create the covers, freelancers to do everything. So there's tons of options depending on what you're looking to do. So the 11th and final side hustle that I've got for you on this video, by the way, if you want to see more, comment below. Let me know if you want to see more side hustles that exist, because there's tons of them out there. These are just my 11 favorite for this particular video. But the 11th and final one is an Amazon physical products business. You can actually go and do retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, which means that you could go to a store, buy products off the store shelves at full price, sell them on Amazon at a markup, and make profit. That's what I wrote my whole entire book on that I just showed you. It's called Side Hustle to Full-Time Income. We've had over 1,000 different success stories come from that, which you can actually see that at askjimmysmith.com/success. But ultimately, selling physical products on Amazon is something that continues to grow each and every day. You can do it by going to stores retail in your local area, or you can go online sites and actually have them sent to you, and then you send them into Amazon, or you could have them sent to a different center business that then will send them into Amazon for you. Amazon continues to grow. It's an excellent option for you to be able to take a small piece of that marketplace. We were able to grow our business to over $1.5 million per year. I've taught tons and tons of people how to grow their business from $0 to $1,000 a month, or $0 to over $100,000 a month as well. And so I highly recommend checking out the rest of this channel if you're looking for videos on how to do Amazon arbitrage, how to do wholesale where you're working directly with businesses, tons of different options. I've also done other videos on some side hustles utilizing Amazon that you could do. And so I'll make sure to link those either in the description or up above somewhere. But ultimately, these are the 11 easy side hustles that you can start today. Some of them you can start making money from today. Some of them may take a little longer, like that Amazon business might take a month or 2 or 3 months for you to actually get in the habit of it, because ultimately you've got to go out, find products, buy inventory, then sell them on Amazon. And then you have to get the money from Amazon after the payments process and everything. So there's a lot of options here. You may need to rewatch this video and go through it a little slower, see which one resonates with you the most, or just go back to the section that you liked the most. But ultimately, post below, leave your comments, let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know if there are other side hustles you'd like me to talk about. And I look forward to helping you in future videos on different side hustles or making money on Amazon or any other topics you can think of, including artificial intelligence, ChatGPT that I just did a video video for, tons of different options. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.